You know, this was supposed to be. Golden State had Houston's number in the previous 5 seasons, winning 12 of their 18 regular season meetings. That includes an 8-2 record on the road against the Rockets. But no player who scored for the Warriors in last year's playoffs against the Rockets was on the court for the Warriors Wednesday in Houston. James Harden was there, sizing up Glenn Robinson and then banging that. Step back 3 and 1. Another look at it. Harden finding his range. He's been struggling with the 3 for a bit. Giving the home crowd something to cheer about. Missed the free throw. Rockets up 7. Harden creating some more space. I mean, unguardable when he's hitting that. 6 of 16 from 3. 20 points in the second quarter. Third quarter. Rockets up 18. Harden back at it again. Between the legs, the hezzy. He had 36 points. Rockets hit 21 three-pointers in the game. Second game with at least 20 this season. They're up 21. Later in the third, Warriors in transition. Kai Bowman's pass stolen by Harden to Russell Westbrook. Big finish. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists for Westbrook. Rockets by 23. Fourth quarter, Rockets by 19. Harden with a spin move, and then up top for Clint Capella. Harden with 13 assists. Capella, 19 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 blocks. As the Rockets win at 129-112. Long season for the Warriors continues. They have lost 6 of 8 so far. So Harden created 32 points off his assists on Wednesday, 2 shy of matching his season high, joining Luka Doncic as the only players with multiple games of at least 30 points created this year. Clint Capella scored 10 points off Harden's assists, the most anyone has scored in a game of Harden's assists this season. Let's bring in Stephen A. Smith from Houston now. Steve, you got to see the Rockets against less than stellar competition, but what was your overall impression of what you saw from Houston?
My overall impression is I don't have an impression. Why? Because they didn't really play anybody tonight. The fact of the matter is to see this Golden State Warriors team, I mean, when the Houston Rockets made a basket tonight, there was barely a chair. People were wondering why the hell were they at the game, for crying out loud. That's pretty much how bad it was because of the level of competition.
All right, so let me ask it a different way. Let's expand it big picture with what they have. How far do you see the Rockets going in a very competitive Western Conference?
Well, I can tell you, they think they're going to win the championship. Speaking to the players that I've spoken to here tonight, these brothers think they can win the chip. The league is wide open this year. We've been saying that for a long time. And obviously, if that's the case, we can't dismiss that notion from them.
Stephen, load management continues to be a topic of discussion. Fans want to see stars. It's a star-driven league, but teams have to do what's best for the players involved. Is there a solution that you see that makes everybody happy?
No, not really. I mean, Doris Burke spoke about it eloquently earlier today, talked about how disgusted she was. Kawhi Leonard, you can't play against the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, but you can play the next night against the Portland Trail Blazers. Doesn't seem to make much sense. But then we have to remember what this is all about and what we're here for. You know why he's in L.A. playing for the Clippers. He ain't there to sightsee or get a tan. He's trying to win a championship. The Clippers know it, he knows it, and that's what they're aiming for. So when you look at it from that perspective, and then you take into account the fact that the league, through their negotiations with the Players Association, ensured that rest alone and load management alone is no excuse, no reason whatsoever permissible to miss nationally televised games, then what you must take into consideration is the fact that Kawhi Leonard is not 100% healthy. There is legitimacy to that left knee injury that he's suffering from. And if you are a Clippers fan, you don't give a damn because it's November. You'll care in April, May, and June. But for a team that's never even gone to a conference finals, I assure you, Clipper fans are not complaining about the few games Kawhi Leonard is going to miss because they know where they expect to see him come playoff time.
Yeah, Leonard missed in a second straight nationally televised game, but the NBA says the Clippers were compliant. So for right now, it is what it is. Stephen A., we appreciate the time. Full center, at least that was the original plan.
Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo showed up. Kawhi Leonard no-showed. Game 8 of the NBA season for both the Clippers and the Bucks. Game 2 of load management for Leonard. Team says he's injured. Plenty of fans with injured feelings. You can see the Clippers are way better with him, which is not surprising. Milwaukee was up 70-59 at the half. Antetokounmpo with the putback there. Remember last season, Eastern Conference Finals, as you watch Antetokounmpo go to work, finds George Hill right there. when Leonard manned up on Antetokounmpo, the series shifted to the Raptors, and the rest is history. But here on this night, he's not going. Antetokounmpo's hitting threes. Are you kidding me? 4 of 7 from 3. Who does he think he is? Lou Williams? By the way, Hill went 6 of 7 from 3. How about Eric Bledsoe right here? Do you see this stand?
Yeah.
I'm just going to take it in on my own.
Hey, if nobody catches you, then it's great.
He had 20 points, but all anybody wanted to talk about was that.
Yeah.
Middleton misses Antetokounmpo, 38 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists. I mean, he's a monster. Next Bucks possession, Antetokounmpo. Opa!
Nobody says that in Greece.
I do. Bucks lead by 12. Just over 3 minutes to play. Antetokounmpo, nice moves. Montrezl Harrell, 34 points, 13 rebounds. Lou Williams, 34 points, 11 assists. Patrick Beverley, 20 points, 10 rebounds. Those 3 you can see on your phone. Hill with the putback right there. Antetokounmpo, big night. Doc, Rivers, effort, his team.
It was great. I mean, I wanted to win the game, though. But the effort was great. You know, we fought and all that stuff. You know, and that's what we have to do on nights when we are shorthanded.
1 assist shy of a triple-double, 37 points, 16 boards. How much better can you even get to help this team?
I can get a lot better. And the team needs me to get better. But I'm going to keep working, keep believing, in the coaching staff, and keep believing in my teammate, and things going to get better as a team and individually also.
George Sedano handling the mic. He'll join our show later. Reigning MVP, looking good. According to Elias Antetokounmpo, the first player with 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 50 assists through the first 8 games of a season in NBA history. He did this easily, too, as he only needed 6 points and 2 rebounds to reach those marks.
All right, the Bucks taking on the Clippers, and as you watch the game, you know, for the second time in 8 games this year, Kawhi Leonard, load management, NBA says they've checked it out. He's got a knee injury, so that's where things are. You think maybe with the MVP and maybe, no. Giannis, big punch there in the third. Giannis, in transition, the kick out. George Hill, flapper. Great look. Giannis airballed another free throw, but he was 13 of 16 from the line, and if this is going to be part of the game, it's a wrap. See how he kind of got that little bounce, right? To get the rhythm to pull that shot and hits it. He had 4 threes in this game. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, what are we doing?
It's just you can't check ball. You can't self-check. Down low, Giannis again gathers and finishes. 9-point lead. Giannis again. Tim Legler's just sitting down. I'm going to ask him about the Kawhi deal, but I am going to also ask about this. Tim made his living shooting the basketball. The big man is now starting to stretch things out a little bit. But then here, this is just where he's going to eat, and there's not a man on earth that really is going to stop that. 5-point game. George Hill with a punch. George Sedano afterwards with Giannis after the 38-point night.
We're here with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, you talked to us before the game about some of the leads you guys had blown. How did you learn from those experiences to finish this out tonight?
No, I think we kept our composure. We kept playing together. We kept playing hard. We know that they came back, but we stick in the game plan. We're able to move the ball, find open guys, and knock down shots.
4 3-pointers for you tonight. You had 4 the whole season up to this point. How confident are you right now with that shot?
I'm pretty confident. I'm confident. I was confident the whole season. Just tonight, it just went in. You know, I just got to keep shooting it. Have confidence, believe in my technique, and eventually they're going to go in.
1 assist shy of a triple-double, 37 points, 16 boards. How much better can you even get to help this team?
I can get a lot better. And the team needs me to get better. But I'm going to keep working, keep believing, in the coaching staff, and keep believing in my teammate, and things going to get better as a team and individually also.
We started the show with a bit of a college stat stuffer, Cole Anthony's big night. In the NBA game, man, you can't do much more than this. According to Elias, Giannis is the first player in NBA history with 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 50 assists in his first 8 games of a season. He accomplished that pretty easily, needing just 6 and 2 to get there tonight. as we approach 1 o'clock East Coast time, Sports Center, Scott Van Pelt, Tim Legler alongside. And you're a shooter. That's how you made your living. As you watch this guy, he talks about being confident. You kind of crinkle up your eyebrows. But what are you seeing as that part of his game evolves?
He made me laugh because he said, I was just as confident last year. It just didn't go in that often, which means you weren't as confident. If it's not going in, I'm sorry, but the ball going in breeds confidence. I am seeing a guy that's definitely more comfortable because he's shooting it quicker. There's less hesitation. It's not hitchy. He's not sizing it up for too long. He's shooting these with comfortability that he needs to have if this team wants to break through.
But as I watch Montrezl Harrell play him, he's doing what's right. Like, you've got to step back because if I step up to you, you take one dribble and you're at the rim.
No doubt.
But if he can hit that, then I don't know what you do.
And you know what? Look, if he can make a couple of those, it's great.
Right.
And he's going to get a lot of clean looks from the three because of what you just said. And if you close that space, one stride, he's inside the restricted area, okay? I'm more concerned about a shot he made earlier in the game. There's a pull-up 18-footer.
Okay.
That's the one that settles games. I mean, just ask Kawhi Leonard. Mid-range, he owned it. If Giannis can make a pull-up shot with a guy draped on him at an important time, that team has a chance to break through.
Love to ask Kawhi, but he was unavailable tonight. And look, this is a gigantic topic that requires probably more like a radio topic, as I always get. Like, this is a segment with me and Russillo.
I've devoted a lot of time on radio to this
I bet you have. But look, you want to say it worked last year? Okay, they won a title. If Durant doesn't get hurt, does it work? And he was also injured leading up to the playoffs. And I respect the guy understanding his body, and the Clippers say he's hurt. But this is from a league-wide standpoint. And you made the point to me about, like, say, Monday night, where you look around the league and what's on the bench not playing. And tonight with Kawhi, twice in 8 games. What's the league do here?
It's a problem right now because it's just bad for the product. You take these guys off the court, it's not the same product. You know, a lot of other sports, to me, I think this overshadows all of them in terms of taking star players off of the field. Right? It just does, because there's 5 of them, and they're the faces of the league. When you take them off, you're not watching the same thing. Right now, there's so many components to this. There's the players' thought process, the coaching staff, the, I guess, load management technicians, whoever those guys are on each staff. Then you have the fans, you have the networks. There's 5 different entities here, and they're not really in sync with each other. And so certain people are suffering. And for me, more than anything, it's the fans and it's just the product in general that you're going to sit down, grab that remote. What am I about to see? I don't know. You buy tickets to a game. 2 weeks from now, who's out there? I don't know. Maybe until that day, that component is now in the mix, and it never was before.
That's the issue, the fan. And look, no one's going to weep for us, and you shouldn't. But, I mean, hey, the TV partners are going to say this is a couple of times in a row that you're supposed to have him in this spot, and you don't, and that hurts your television partners. People at home don't care, and I get it. But we care about the fan because you're the person that spends your money, and you take your kid to the one chance you're going to get a year if you're an East Coast team to see Kawhi, and if he's resting, like, you've spent who knows how much money, and you don't know until that day that he's not playing, and now you're screwed.
And you bring up a great example if it's the one time that the guy's coming across conference to play in your building. Well, you know, I saw a scenic tonight before the game, a dad walking in with a couple of boys, maybe 8 and 6, both wearing Kawhi Leonard jerseys, and they were Clippers fans. They probably live in L.A., so... But maybe that's the only game they're going to.
Yeah, maybe they don't live in LA.
Maybe that was a birthday present for one of those. You don't know that. And look, that's the part that I will always feel, because you just want to know as a fan, if a guy's healthy, right, you want to know that he's going to be playing. Injuries happen. You get that, too. You could buy tickets for a guy from a month from now, and he goes down the night before. There's nothing you can do about that. You kind of get buyer beware when it comes to that. But this is a different animal we're dealing with. And it causes a lot of frustration, and I get it, man. It's hard.
Crying about problems isn't the thing. It's finding solutions to problems. But that is a high pay grade situation. Like, I mean, at the very highest levels, I feel like the league's going to have discussions to try to sort this out. Tim, appreciate it.